is my slam time. Gonna bust up your behind. This is my slam time. Gonna mess up your whole mind. This is my slam time. Gonna bust up your behind. This is my slam time. Gonna mess up your whole mind.
Hello and welcome to another EWA Classic match. We have another match for you today from the EWA inaugural show. And as always, I'm joined by Taylor Osborne.
Hello.
And today's match, I think this was a bit impromptu. I found a post in the group where I think this match was supposed to go ahead, and then all of a sudden I posted like an edited together video of my GM character carrying the tag titles down to the ring and showing them off in the inaugural arena. So I think maybe you made the tag titles like very last minute, and we decided to make this for the EWA tag titles. So no tournament, just here's two teams, they can compete for the tag titles.
I think we also there's that, and there's also a chance we just decided we'd dropping tag belts in it because we thought with the numbers we'll be able to get teams together. I know, like as we've mentioned before, back in here, there's words for you. Back in this time, you and I had a lot of like grand plans, and we sort of, because it was the first time we were really doing a lot of this, we would plan months down the track, and I think about 1 in every 12 ideas came to fruition.
You're optimistic. This was a tag match as advertised, but as you're about to see, it's not going to play out like that. It's funny, we keep talking about how, we don't do screwy finishes all that much, and, most of the league's legit, but most of what we're showing on here is screwy finishes at the moment. I suppose because, naturally, that's sort of the story stuff, so that's like the more interesting stuff to go back over. A lot of the legit matches that we're skipping over, some of them might be quite good, but at the end of the day, it's just two people fighting who can pin the other, kind of thing. So, so this is the more interesting stuff.
And we've got years of stuff that we're actually going through. So there is a case that, the matches may be like damn, like 4-star, brilliant, edge of your seat matches, but there's no historical value to that match. So if we were to do every classic match in the sense of every match that was really edge of your seat and brilliant, we'd probably be still in the 3rd week. 4th week sort of thing still.
I think we are.
There you go.
I think the show was only 3 or 4 weeks into the start. This was our first special pay-per-view, for want of a better term. So yeah, we probably are. But we'd probably be in like the first week if we did every match. Honestly, we probably won't be off the first. I remember how we did it now. True. So anyway, so we've got. Well, hang on. Let's see how these guys line up. I'm starting the video. Let's.
Oh, I do not miss these load times.
I know, right? Okay, so.
Okay, guys, we're ready to get this one underway. Aside from Saxton's commentary, this
hang on. So what's this is a fatal 4-way, as you can see, guys. I'm trying to figure out what was supposed. I believe the teams were Crusher and Rob Dragon Williams.
No, I think it was Daniel Torres, because I think I
thought it was Crusher and Williams, honestly.
It could be.
Well, anyway, 2 of these were a team, and Crusher and one of the others were a team. I think it was these like this, to be honest.
Let's go with that.
Yeah, we should have checked this before we started. I didn't realise I didn't know what the teams were, because usually what we would have them do here is, as the match started, we'd have them rearrange themselves into teams and then start, but they obviously didn't bother. So I didn't think of the possibility that we wouldn't know who the teams were. Basically, one team had Crusher on it, the other team was the other two, but the whole plan was to create a 3-man unit, which we're not seeing a lot of at the moment, because currently one of them's fighting one of the others who's supposed to be a teammate. There we go. Okay, so I'm not sure what happened. Daniel Torres has left the ring, so maybe it was Torres and Crusher, and maybe Torres has left the ring so he wouldn't be involved at the start. Maybe we wrote him off backstage or something. He was supposed to come out to help his partner and turn on him later.
let's try not to sugarcoat it too much. We can already recognise one of the names from when we tried to organise things. It's a train wreck a few of the times when these sort of matches have got like intricate details that must be done.
Yeah. I'm going to say my provisional answer at the moment is this was booked as Destroyer and Williams versus Torres and Crusher, and Torres was somehow taken out or absent backstage before the match, so that's why he's left. And we're going to see him at some point later in the match supposedly to save his partner Crusher, I would say.
I don't think he needs it at the moment.
No, he's just destroying both of them. He's going to be the tag team champions like Daniel Bryan Arcane.
Oh boy, his feet got smacked out from under him there.
But yeah, these early days of us like rigging matches and doing story stuff, it just they're an experience to go back and watch, aren't they?
That's a word for it.
Yeah.
Looks like he's starting to falter. He's definitely starting to feel the pressure of this fatal four-way match, guys.
Man, again, I think I've said it on one once a while back, like that one where it was like 3-on-1. Let's have an hour and a half long beat down of someone that won't stay down. Like, I can almost appreciate how far we've come.
Yes.
Then and this sort of things. Like, back when this was happening, you and I and the other management sort of thing were very hands-off with sort of, here's the story, off you go. And we'd deal with whatever came out, more than likely.
Okay, right, I found a post.
Here we go.
I'm going through Facebook on my phone while the match is on the computer.
You're not missing much, don't worry.
I mean, it seems like Crusher just won the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
So the match was supposed to be Crush Factor, which was Crusher and the X Factor Daniel Torres, will take on the Destroyer and his mystery partner. So Rob the Dragon Williams was not pre-announced as Destroyer's partner. So I'm guessing that was supposed to just be like the final entrance and surprise, this is his partner kind of thing. I'm not sure, I haven't seen anything yet that mentions Daniel Torres not showing up.
He's in a tough spot here, Corey.
I think all that was during messages.
Possibly, yeah. Yeah, that's the problem with doing this going back through the group, is there's probably stuff that was organised in DMs and stuff that we're never going to find. But yeah, so from what I can comprehend, that's the setup, was we didn't know Williams was going to be Destroyer's partner, and we didn't know until the day of the show this was going to be the title match. Hang on, when did Torres get out here, actually? I missed that whole bit scrolling through.
He just ran out.
Let me rewind a little bit. Let me rewind a little bit because I want to see how this plays out. Because he's supposed to run out to help his partner Crusher, but not help him and turn on him. So I'm curious how this played out.
Yeah, good timing with the rollback.
Thank you. We're just watching Crusher get mauled now. Okay, so here comes Daniel Torres to help his partner. And he turns on him. Okay, so not super spectacular, but at least it went smoothly.
Yeah, forgivable smooth for, dealing with a game.
Yeah. If we did this in 2022, I have a feeling what we'd have is have it be in the ring, then double teaming him, partner runs out, them two leave, like, bail out the ring, and then he probably... This was billed as Extreme Rules as well, so probably with a chair involved or something, or a weapon of some description.
I like how you say if, it's more when, like, we can't...
Well, no, I mean if we did this exact story, like, that's what I meant.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was, like, I feel like we'd have been like, okay, make it be in the ring, Crusher's down, Torres runs in, you two dip, being like, oh my god, fresh guy, run away, and then Torres turns on Crusher that way. That's how I would have done it now.
Yeah, that was the point I was going to make before, so, like, we sort of just, here's your story beats, off you run. Nowadays... I don't want to say we get completely hands-on and sort of controlling, but we do make sure the story is scripted well. Like, we've learnt enough that sometimes you got to treat it like an actual promoter where you're sitting with your talent going, this is the spot.
Yeah,
Get this spot.
Yeah.
Don't care what else you do, this is what we need.
Yeah, I don't feel like it's necessarily a matter of scripting, it's just like having the vision of how a good turn would look like. There wasn't really enough time for the fans to process that, oh, Thomas is making the save and he'd already suplexed him. And it's like, oh, you need that few heartbeats of time where the fans are like, yay, the good guys team are going to fight back, and then bam, you need the moment of, think of Hogan Bash at the Beach 96. There's that beat where the outsiders bail and Hogan's there, and then he hits the ropes and drops the leg drop. But without that beat, if he just ran in and ran straight over and leg dropped Savage, everyone would be like, whoa, hang on, what's happening? You know, kind of thing. But you give them that moment to process what they think is happening, then you subvert the expectations. You know, you have to let them have their expectations.
That's it.
He's taken here tonight.
Oh, 2K18 servers, nice.
Yes, excellent.
So yeah,
they're probably still operating just as good.
But to be honest, this is well, I was just about to say this is far from being the worst choreograph thing we've seen, but then he did just kick his partner in the back. But you know, mistakes happen. Oh god, there's another one. I feel like that's a thing where if you're better coordinated during like a scripted thing like this, you just don't throw an attack when there's someone that could get hit instead of your opponent. You just stand back, and if your opponent takes out your partner, then you have a go. You know, kind of thing. You don't necessarily like. He's just swinging a kendo stick. Yeah, he's just swinging. He doesn't know whose car keys he's getting out the ball, but he's swinging. Like,
not where he wants to be right now.
But yeah, it's like, and it's sort of. Again, I don't want to completely trash on the guys, but I guarantee you two things. One, they're not in party doing this. And two, as you and I discovered not long after, they actually didn't get along real well. So they didn't really communicate a hell of a lot and all the rest of it. So they were we perceived that these, three of them that were forming the faction got along a lot more than actually turned out they did.
Yeah, so this faction that's been formed here, this 3-man faction, they came to us and were like, hey, in another league, we're a team, and we'd like to bring it to EWA, and then then the idea snowballs from there of why not have them be the first tag champions and freebird the belts and, you know, and blah blah blah, you know, just heel stuff basically. You know, they were going to be a heel faction, obviously. You don't form a face faction this way. And yeah, it just, so we were under the perception this was like an experienced team that got along and knew what they were doing, and it did not end up playing out like that, shall we say. Spoilers.
Yeah, well, we got to cover that later, so that should be coming in the next, as soon as possible.
Yep. The first catastrophe with the Deadly Alliance, which was the name of this team, will be covered in the next video that features them. We're just not sure if it will be the next video because we've got someone else to coordinate times with for that one.
Yes. And this is, I think we touched on it with one of the other guys. I think it was with Blackbane. Ymir. We had sometimes scheduling. It's a headache.
Yep.
What happens?
Time zones are a thing. People have you know, lives to do things within. You know, so.
We're dealing with 3 time zones again, which is.
And he misses the mark.
Whoa!
Fun.
Hang on, Bennett Torres is in the announce table. Oh no, there we go, pinged out.
He may be down for good.
He should have, looking back at it, hindsight 2020, or he should have stayed under that announce table.
You mean because it would have been funny, or because he's already been bounced around the ring afterwards? Or both?
Yes.
Yes.
In four-way matches such as this, things could get very ugly for him. Very quickly.
And this is it's humorous for me because it should have been over. Like, these three have ruined him. They should have thrown him in and gone for the pin. I thought they were going to do it about 2 minutes ago when they were all hitting big moves.
Again, it's this mentality that longer is better with wrestling matches, and it's like if you're trying to tell a story like this, not necessarily. Like, the longer this goes, even though they're dominating and he's got his great body damage and stuff, it still just makes them look worse the longer it takes them to put him away. Like, honestly, you do the turn, you roll him in, probably all 3 of you hit your finisher and you go home. Like, in my opinion, in this situation.
You don't get paid by the hour.
Yeah, exactly. You don't get paid. So, like, crack on, you know?
Also, I will say again, peeking behind the curtain, another factor we weren't aware of until after this fact is the 3 of them didn't, like, crusher. So we were sort of. I honestly look back and feel like we were sort of set up for these three to have an excuse just to beat down on a guy that was there, which, you know, it sort of backfired something immense.
I don't know if they didn't like Crusher. I think the process of putting all this together, I think there was a lot of friction between people in the build to this match, like you know, a lot of egos for people, you know, throwing the pixels around the screen. Daniel Torres has been on the top rope for like 20 minutes now, and now he decides to jump to interrupt someone's finisher. Nice. What we betting that Daniel Torres is the one who gets the pin? Because that'd just be the icing on the very messy cake, wouldn't it, if he pins his own partner? The only person not eligible to pin Crusher. Like, I just feel like it's going to be.
I'm half expecting, you know, two of them to roll out and someone just to get him.
So, two of them to roll out and Crusher wins. I genuinely don't remember. I'm just assuming Crusher loses because it's very set up for that, but... Oh.
Again, I don't remember either. Like, for all we know, he could pull out the victory here.
I doubt it. I feel like the end was scripted. Like, no, you do have to lose this one. You're not winning this 3-on-1. But, like, maybe we just said, hey, it's up to you guys. You know, if you can't beat him 3-on-1, you don't deserve the tag titles. What is it with people and trying to do diving attacks when someone's clearly started an animation? I don't understand. Just wait. Now he's on the floor on the outside. Go on, Thomas. Go on, do it. Do it. Do it. Get my prediction right. Do it.
Stop dragging him around. There, right there. Right. Oh my god. He's done a counter it.
Yeah. Into a finisher and pin him.
It's going to get a lot tougher. Oh no. It's got to be over.
Put the leg. Yes, here we go. Did I call it? Did I call it? I genuinely didn't know this. Yes! It was just too perfect. It just had to be, didn't it?
God.
It just had to be. He had to pin his own partner for no good reason. Like, literally, the only one on the team that wasn't allowed to get the pin there. Because officially, this was still a tag match, remember? Like,
yeah.
Officially, the only person the referee shouldn't have counted there was Torres. You know what would be amazing in EWA? Is if in WWE 2K22, if they allow for special referee matches, I'd be very tempted online, or at all, but especially online, I'd be very tempted to actually try and sign a referee and be like, no, you have to be in every single match, and if something like that happens, just do not count. Just do not count. Just refuse. Just make it real. Like, be like, nope, you can't pin him, sir.
We've come a long way from this point. Now we're actually got a half a dozen people we know we can try, probably even more.
Yeah, we could just have a referee card that we could just, hey, who's available to be a ref? That's true.
Yeah, like, because we're actually from this point, and I love it, like, for the people that haven't watched previous stuff, or as you're just getting introduced to EWA, you're watching this and you're going, what in God, how the hell do they even organize themselves? We do get better. Like, a lot better.
Do the words piss up and brewery mean anything to you? Could not organise one of.
Oh no, like,
but so, you know what? Some stuff we've done has been really good. It's just, yeah, if this is your first video, then I apologise. But it's good to, I think it's good to see this, because this is 4 years ago. In fact, over 4 years ago. This is January 2018, so we're over 4 years experience later at this point. And this is why we're ragging on it. If we hadn't learned anything, if this was last week, we might be like, oh, that didn't go that great, but, you know, what more can you do? Whereas now, we're just like, well, we know what more you can do. We've done it. It's much better now, you know, kind of thing. So,
like, if we got over convoluted sort of storylines like this, well, I use the word because, you know, obviously the people in the match couldn't understand it. We normally got someone there sort of like in that chat to monitor, to make sure it goes smoothly in the sense of the communication, not exactly sit there and actually choreograph the damn thing. They'll just ask a couple of questions here and there if it seems like people aren't quite getting. I've done it once or twice where it's like you sit there and you go, right, this is the spot, and then you just read through the chat and you're just making sure everyone's on point, and then you'll see someone mention something. You just sort of got to step in and go, no. Well, great idea. Can we shelve that? We'll use that like next match after, something like that. That is an awesome idea, but it doesn't fit the story beats we want hit in this.
Honestly, this would have been so much better if they'd have done the opening, 2, 3, maybe 5 minutes of beatdown. Like, they started round here, didn't they, somewhere? As an entrance.
Yeah.
They started here,
there's a
eight
good
minutes. Started 8 minutes. Torres isn't out yet.
Out here. Like, you look at it, he's cleared the ring almost. Like, about...
So, yeah, about 3 minutes. Here he is, running in. So, they did the opening beatdown, about 3 minutes, perfect. So, what they should have done here is had Crusher in control when he ran in. It doesn't even have to be in the ring, but it would have been better in the ring for the set piece kind of moment. The Deadly Alliance are in control, but both together, and then they both just back away. They just look at Daniel Torres and go, uh-oh, and leave the ring, or in this case, just walk around the corner. And then he could even pick Crusher up at this point and be like, hey, you okay, buddy? Because it's a fatal four-way, so they can interact and be like, hey, you okay, buddy? And then just smack him in the face. And then they both come back in, all 3 hit finishers, and we're done by probably 11:30 to 12 minutes total in this video. Like there was an extra.
There's a miscue.
There was an extra 8 minutes of unnecessary just beatdown in this. Like, I get that they wanted to like make an impression, I guess, by beating him down big time, but. I mean, for example, there's so much stuff wrong with this. For example, they took the lids off the announce tables but didn't put him through them. Like, if you're going to do that, put him through one, drag him over and have another one put him through the other. If you want to make it brutal, make it brutal. This was sort of... It wasn't any of them. It wasn't a brutal, drawn-out beatdown, and it wasn't efficient. It was neither. You know, kind of thing. And they're the 2 ways to do this, in my opinion.
It feels like it was a drawn-out beatdown of the audience.
yeah. Who suffered more, Crusher or the live audience in attendance?
Look, there's empty seats.
Yeah, there is now. And then just the icing on the cake is Torres picking up the win on his own tag partner. Which, okay, I get it. He's no longer his tag partner. We get it. The turns happen, but wrestling rules speaking. He is still his tag partner for the duration of this match. He's the one person who cannot pin Crusher. Anyway.
During this last little bit, the back of my head's been trying to think about it, and I cannot recall a high-profile, even mid-profile turn like this is meant to be, where the tag partner has pinned his tag partner. There's been plenty where they've hit the big and stood there as they've sort of been pinned by someone else, sort of just staring down menacingly, but not actually.
I can't remember who it is off the top of my head, but there is one, and you'll never guess the company and the year that it happened.
I want to say, instinct tells me WCW.
And what year?
But okay, I got that right.
And what year would it have been?
Why have I got a feeling this is a Russo thing? I want to say 2000.
Yeah, WCW 2000. I can't remember what the match was, but I remember watching it. I think it's one of the ones I've watched with WrestleMania, and we did like a live watch along to it. And I think there was like an interference where the interferer wasn't in the match, but then pinned. Or the tag partner pinned, or something like that. There was a swerve, and someone who could not pin the guy pinned. But I will give WCW 2000 a bit of credit. The referee went, what? No. And the heels threatened him and made him count the pin. So at least there was like a bit of sense to the nonsensical finish. You know, there was still a bit of like heat in it. This was just like, obviously you can't program the referee to do that. So this was just like, hey, yeah, pinned his tag partner. I see no issue with this.
I wish. I really wish we could.
This whole issue would be taken away if you could just... Do you remember the old wrestling games where you could actually target your own tag partner? Like, intentionally, you could switch your focus and actually target your own partner. I mean, I get that'd be a nightmare in public games online. That'd just be troll central. But, like, for us, that would be ideal. Because then this could have just been a tag match and Torres could not have pinned Crusher. He could have attacked him, but he couldn't have pinned him. You know, that would have been ideal, wouldn't it? But unfortunately, alas, we had to do it a fatal four-way, and then this happens. But overall, I'll be honest, I still sort of enjoyed this. Like, it wasn't as effective as we'd have it done now. But look, the 3 of them are standing, Crusher's down. You know, the point would have been made if this had been made into YouTube content. with our commentary over it as well,
yeah.
like actual commentary over it. You know, this.
Oh my, I think did they have commentary in the match? Or was the commentary off?
No, it was on.
We
just got really good at drowning it out now. Like in our minds, we just don't listen to it.
I'll give them all this. Like the story beats were hit.
Yes. Yeah, there was extra beats hit, but but the ones we required were hit. Yeah.
They dropped a drum solo in, but we got what we need.
Oh, yeah. But, overall, pretty good. So, welcome to the Deadly Alliance, ladies and gentlemen watching. Don't get too comfortable. I
apologise right now.
But this was a pain in the neck for us as management to try and get any sort of coherent storytelling going. Is honestly the best way to say this, because you know we've set up this story now where there's this 3-man faction holding the tag titles. There's not really an official answer to which 2 are the tag champions, because of Torres pinning. If anything, you know that really cast doubt on it. So the plan is they're gonna freebird the belts and go on a dominant run, and shenanigans, outnumbering people. Who was it? Was it going back to WCW again? Was it the East Jersey Triad or something? DDP, Canyon, and Bigelow that did the freebird rule, but they actually kept swapping mid-match. Like, they took it one step further and they defended the title as a trio. Just one of them had to be at ringside and stuff. Like, it was wild. Like, we could have done something like that. We could have done all sorts of stuff, but it did not come to be.
We'll go in, like, it's all cryptic, but we will clarify all this. Yeah. And much, much more in the future.
I would say, hopefully, within the week. I would say within the next week's worth of content, we should have found a time with the person that we need on commentary with us to do this. I can't narrow it down any more than that, but hopefully within the week we'll see some lovely Deadly Alliance action.
Oh yeah, but there's one rayish sunshine that comes out of all this agony that is great.
Yes, There's well, I mean, obviously we need someone else on commentary, so I don't think it's too much of a spoiler to say there's going to be a debut of someone who is still here to this day. Because why else would we need someone else on commentary?
Because we like to torture ourselves.
Yeah, true. I mean, we've had Emir and Tazzy back since their debut, so it's not necessarily that. But that's the reason, is because someone's about to debut and they're still with us and a very valued member of EWA today. Every cloud and all that, we did get something out of. This is EWA's Everything Happens for a Reason. This is our reason. Yeah. But I think we should just cut it here now. We've buried these guys enough. Yeah. Trampled them a bit. But, fair to say, none of the 4 wrestlers featured are actually part of EWA anymore. Like, there was a lot went down in between then and now. But like I say, every cloud and all that, and we're gonna cover the silver lining as soon as we possibly can. But unless you've got anything else to add, Taylor, I think this is a good time to. No,
I think we've more than covered it.
So we'll see you for the next one, which will either feature the silver lining, or we'll just do some stuff slightly out of order. We're not going to wait for the next video until they're available. Yeah, we're just going to do the next thing regardless of if it's exactly in chronological order. It's going to be in rough chronological order, but can't always promise that. But until then, until the next video, don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment what you thought of this, how you would personally have executed it. I'd be curious about, this sort of situation. Let us know in the comments.
Better is not an answer.
Better isn't an answer. It's a very valid answer. We'd like more detail than that, though. But yeah, we'll see you next time.
Bye.